Hillary Clinton's respective leads are substantial, but their delegate counts are such that it's shaping up more and more that California will be the state to decide the GOP race and whether Trump can secure enough delegates to win the nomination outright.
Yeah, wouldn't that be exciting? Now, for more on the growing importance of the Golden State, we now welcome in KCAL9 Political Director Bryan with all that we need to know about this.
Thank you for welcoming me in. And these parts could get pretty crazy in the end of May and June if all this comes about. Imagine presidential candidates scrambling up and down California from Crescent City to San Diego, TV and radio and internet political ads everywhere you look, and a frenzied political competition from early morning to late at night. That could be what's in store for us in the closing weeks of May and first week of June. A little Iowa and New Hampshire style primary madness right here at home.
I say it for everybody, especially for the media.
Donald Trump's march to the Republican nomination could be headed for trouble in California, and that would likely mean a heated and hard-fought primary, perhaps followed by a contested convention in Cleveland. The USC Dornsife LA Times poll this week shows Trump leading Ted Cruz by 7%, with John Kasich trailing in third. But among likely primary voters, Trump's lead shrinks to 1%, a statistical dead heat.
Unless Trump goes on an incredible winning streak between now and the California primary, these poll results suggest that he's going to have a very difficult time winning California by a sufficient margin. To get the number of delegates he needs to claim the nomination, look for a very heated and a very contested and very bitter Republican Party convention this summer.
I think you're going to see Ted Cruz, Kasich, and Donald Trump going for broke in California.
Sean Steele is the RNC National Committee member from California. He agrees that the state will not only be meaningful for the Republican presidential candidates, it could be the defining moment in the 2016 primary season, with delegates chosen in each of the state's more than 50 congressional districts.
There's going to be, for the Republicans, 53 battles in each of 53 congressional seats. Money spent here, candidates all over the place. It's a great and exciting time. And I think the turnout for Republicans are going to be massive, probably the biggest in our history.
The new poll for the Democrats shows Hillary Clinton holding an 8-point lead over Bernie Sanders, but that's half the 16-point advantage she had in the same poll last September. Poll director Dan Schnur, director of the Jess Unruh Institute of Politics at USC, says the Democrats could have a hotly contested race in California as well, even if Hillary Clinton already has enough delegates to win the nomination.
We're the last stop before the convention, and Sanders is within pretty close distance of Clinton here, and if he were to win the primary, which is not a large stretch of the imagination, that sends her into the convention as the nominee, but is a very seriously hobbled one.
But for now, it appears the burden is on Donald Trump, who, at least in California, is facing strong resistance even among Republicans, about half of whom indicate they would have trouble voting for him in November.
Our poll shows that roughly a quarter of Republican primary voters are resisting voting for him in the fall. A quarter are refusing to, absolutely. And so if Trump does become the Republican nominee, he has to figure out a way to stem the flow of potentially massive Republican defections, particularly among Republican women, to crossing over and voting for the Democrats.
Well, it's still a long way to go until June 7th and a lot of primaries between now and then. But right now, this could be a California primary season to remember, because it probably won't be happening anytime soon again.
Yeah, things are heating up now.
Yeah.
Dave, Trump has done pretty well in those early primary states, so why would he have an issue here or trouble here in California?
Yeah, there's some important differences. I think there are two things in particular at work here. One is California isn't Alabama or Arkansas. The culture of diversity and tolerance is strong here, so Trump's appeals haven't been as successful. Second, the California Republican primary is a closed primary. Only Republicans can vote. No independents can vote in the GOP primary here unless they change their registration to Republican before the primary. Now, Trump has gotten a lot of his support in some of the other states where he did well from crossover independents, but that won't be helping him here in California, Lena.